And if you sit back.
Happy weekend. Listen a little bit. Coffee chat time.
There we go. Now we're looking good. You got your thing on blue light? Okay.
Oh, is it on?
All right, how do we want to start? But first off by saying hello to everybody. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
I gotta get this thing open so I can see who logs in. What did it do last night?
What did it do?
Yeah, what did it do outside last night?
Oh, it snowed outside last night here in Virginia. Hey, look at that. Our neighbor's on. Howdy, Nicole.
Hey, Nicole, what's up?
Oh, yeah. Good morning, Jamie. We got people joining. Hello, hello. Let me do some waving.
Turn my volume down.
Ooh, Sam Hair Harmony is my hairstylist. I need to shout her out.
Sam Hair Harmony. Hey,
Yes,
what's up,
Samir.
Sam Hair? Sam Hair.
Samir? Did I get that
Sam
right?
Hair.
Wait. Samra.
Samra
is her name, yes. And I can walk there. It's right down the street.
Oh, nice. Okay.
At Jolie.
Is that where you want it?
Yes. Aveda Salon. This is courtesy of Miss Sam Hair Harmony. Holler at her, especially if you're in the Reston, Virginia area.
So you just give your Instagram to everybody, huh?
My Instagram? Her Instagram.
Oh, you linked up to hers.
What do you mean?
She's following you.
Yeah.
Right. I'm saying you just gave your
Yeah,
Instagram
I gotta
to
holler at
everybody.
her. Yeah, exactly. Shout out because this hair is doing the thing.
Oh, this is upside down. This is the top.
And there's a reason my hair is done.
Somebody's birthday. Whose birthday is
I
it?
had to feel fabulous for my 41st.
Valentine's Day and birthday.
That's right.
Do you want to show these flowers?
You know I gotta show those flowers.
Flowers.
Even though
Flowers.
I haven't arranged them yet, so they're looking a little crazy. But look at how beautiful. I was peeved at
Whoa, they smell too.
They do, right?
Strong.
Oh, because we have eucalyptus in there, and then these roses are so pretty. I was peeved at the florist this week.
They were a couple days late with the flowers.
So late for Valentine's, late for my birthday.
Missed them both.
I was all bummed out.
With no explanation. They're like, we don't know what happened.
We don't know. We forgot about you.
Yeah.
But they're beautiful.
So much for having a recurring order.
They should have taken care of their VIPs. They're lucky we're not calling them out.
We're VIPs now?
We're VIPs because we already... So this man got me the best gift ever for Christmas, and it's a recurring flower delivery, in case you didn't know. Follow my channel and you'll see I posted a few times, or on my Instagram, I posted a few times the different bouquets. Every 2 weeks, we were supposed to get them on Valentine's Day. I was all excited because it fell right on Valentine's, and then they didn't deliver.
Wah, wah.
And then they didn't deliver the next day.
Pouty all day
I
long.
was really bummed, y'all. I didn't realize how important things like this are to me. And I almost even bought myself flowers when I was out shopping the other day.
Did you really? Wow.
I went and did like the hair, I got the nails did, I got the toes did, although I have
Got a
fuzzy socks
massage.
on. I got a massage, I went to the Cairo, I did all of my pampering. I tanned, did all of it. And I was like, do I get it? I was like, I know the bouquet is coming. Don't buy more flowers, although there's nothing wrong with
There's nothing wrong with more
flowers.
flowers, I guess, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
We got something else in the mail.
We did, right on my birthday, which is perfect timing. We got to give her some love.
And I was just, she's was just on, I just interviewed her, and then a couple days later she interviewed me for her channel. But
shout out to Serena Carnivore.
Clean, simple, natural.
This is
a pretty cool product.
tallow candle.
Where she gets all her stuff and
everything is
puts it all
tallow.
together.
The company is called Simply Tallow.
Simply Tallow. Well, it's Simply
Purely?
Tallow. Pure. She hasn't made up her mind yet.
Okay.
I think
so
she
Purely
was,
Tallow is the skincare.
Well, so just go to, what's her website is the question.
That's what we
Serena Carnivore is her website, or is her Instagram.
Is her Instagram.
Yeah, so Serena Carnivore is her Instagram. I don't know if she has an actual name yet, because she was saying something when we were talking about, she started with Purely Tallow, but then found out there's a ton of companies already called Purely Tallow.
Okay.
So then she went to Simply Tallow, and then found out that if you search Simply Tallow, all you come up with is simple ways to make tallow. And so she'd be competing with literally thousands of other like
Well,
homemade remedies and stuff like that.
You all
So
can go give her your ideas for what she should call
yeah,
it.
what should she call it?
But this, let me just show y'all this purely tallow.
Actually, I think she should call it meat skin.
No. Veto. This is the anti-aging face lotion. It is blue lavender. Look at that. It's whipped. Let me show you YouTube.
It's all whipped tallow, yeah.
It is whipped. It has like this. It's like when you get whipped butter at the table at certain places.
Except you're not going to eat it. I mean, you could technically eat it. It's just tallow.
Probably lavender essential oils. You don't necessarily want to be
That's true.
consuming.
She puts a lot of effort. She told me a lot about how she puts a lot of time
Yeah, it's
and effort
lavender
into
essential oil and
picking different things specifically for their purpose and making sure it's not just a bunch of filler
it
crap.
smells glorious. I did put some on this morning. So
Yeah. So, and then we're not sure what this is. It says soothing.
you think it's a lip balm? Probably should have checked her website.
I think it is. It's got a
got a
minty,
minty,
menthol kind of.
I just put some on. It's nice.
It's already working. I can breathe. So that's what's going on with that.
What
Is
else?
this Jean or Jeannie?
Jean?
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 Jean DiGiorno? Gennaro? Jean DiGennaro.
Oh, I love
Hi,
that
Jean.
Italian name. I love it.
She says, happy
gotta be
41st.
Italian.
I love using whipped tallow because it just melts into the skin.
Yes.
Great for eye makeup remover, non-toxic. I use the 2020
I
brand.
rarely use eye makeup. But
Yeah, well, you don't need to. Your eyes are gorgeous. Okay, so that's that. What else we got going on?
You have something pretty big going on.
I got something pretty big going on.
I got something pretty big going on this weekend.
You got, I'm trying to behave. Go ahead. It almost came out. What do you have? What do you have going on this weekend?
I guess I have a couple of big things going on this weekend. Tomorrow, my new program is launching for early enrollment. So the Prep for Summer program, we are doing a prep. So if you've ever been curious about what it looks like to do a competition prep, a bikini prep, you are going to get a taste of that inside this program. It is all about prepping for summer, prepping for life. The mindset that you need to go through a prep. That's the number one thing that's happening in this program. But along with that, you're getting training, you're getting nutrition, you're getting all the things, the education, the community, the check-ins, the accountability, the kinds of things, basically what I do in a prep, I'm putting that into a program. And this is not just for people who really want to focus on fat loss, although a prep is generally a cut. A lot of my ladies who are in the academy will be in this program, and they're not getting ready to go into a cut. They're doing a reverse diet, or they're doing a building phase. So it's totally fine if you're wanting to focus on building muscle or even just maintaining, but you've had a hard time, particularly with the consistency, the stick-with-itness, the mindset around doing what you need to do. That's what this program is all about. It's 12 weeks. It will officially start on March 3rd, but tomorrow we will open the early enrollment, which will be the early bird special. So all of those details will be dropped tomorrow with the links to join, and you can jump in early. Get a little bit of
Just gave me another idea for a
before
book.
we start. Another book? Oh, Lord.
Sticky Decisions.
Ooh. I like that. I like that.
How to make the one decision that will change your life.
Now that tagline, yeah, that's good.
Wow, I get chills.
So speaking of books,
I can't stop writing.
what's going on with you? Something exciting.
So you guys know I've been working on another book. I didn't realize, I may have said this somewhere, but I was looking at the drafts and stuff, but it's been over a year. I've been working on this thing since before Halloween, I don't know, October, something like
Well,
that,
look,
September,
y'all heard what
October.
he just said. Since we've met, he's been talking about the next book. Oh, the book after that, the book after that. So you've been
What's on my
working on
whiteboard?
it.
What's on my whiteboard?
How many books? Yeah.
I do.
So you've
I
really
have,
been working on it longer than that. But
because here's the thing, just a side note when it comes to how I think about, number one, I used to hate writing. Hate it. Ask my mom, if anybody's met my mom or just watched my videos of my mom, ask my mom how much I used to love writing in school. Then I got a job in technology where I started writing thousands and thousands of words and papers, and I've written hundreds of papers, to the point now where writing is actually, I almost look at writing like I enjoy, it's like solving a puzzle. Like I have something in my head that I want to
Out.
get out. How do I make this, like how do I do that? And you know how I am with solving puzzles. But there are so many topics and there are so many things that we talk about every single day that it's like we've talked about this 8 times in the last month. This would be a good book, so let's write it down, that kind of thing. So that's kind of how I come up with ideas for my book. But this book, been working on it for over a year. It is in a way a follow-on from my last book, because it follows some of the similar format, because this book is all about my method. It's all about the concepts and principles about how I do things and how we should think about things to see progress consistently and not get stuck, not get confused,
Your motto,
not be overcomplicated.
that you almost named the book.
Which one?
Your motto.
Oh, concepts over principles. Yes, that was what I was initially.
Principles over protocols.
Yeah, principles over protocols. That's what I was initially going to name the book until I realized that nobody
doesn't mean
knows
anything.
what that's going to mean. But that is the idea. That is the secret to being successful in your journey for the rest of your life, is following the principles and the concepts that work and not following specific rules or guidelines, because those only last for so long.
When you learn somebody's protocol, you're just learning how to follow what somebody else is telling you to do. And boy, can I just say how many clients have come out of programs like that and
They're screwed.
Are messed up. Their relationship
yeah.
with food is that much more messed up, because it was always about doing what you were told and yes and no foods and
Never asking why.
right, never really understanding their own context.
Yeah.
And is every single piece of this person's protocol appropriate for me?
Yeah.
Or just they said to do this, so I need to do this.
Yeah.
And we see it all. I just had that chat
Awesome.
yesterday on my Zoom with my group. They were railing against all the things that they see online all the time.
Yeah.
And how after working with me, they understand now, oh, there's some stuff I need to turn off.
Yes.
Because they're not they're not telling me the right things to do.
Yeah. And that is, I don't know if you've seen it as much. I know in the past year, I've seen it a lot where I've been working with someone or different people. It's happened with multiple people in my programs. I've been working with them for a year, 2 years, even 3 years, and then they leave, go follow somebody else's program, and then 6 months, 8 months, a year later, they come back and they're like, I have to start all over again because I just screwed everything up. If I had just stayed and followed the things that I knew was working and didn't get bored or didn't think I needed the variety or
Right.
I need to mix things up or change, like
Or you get
if it's
so-
working for you, don't change what you're doing, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's a whole nother thing. So,
And even defining working for you. I think your
Right.
book goes
Well,
into
that's
that.
very much
right?
so.
Like,
Very much so.
What is working for you, right? Because we think there's so many out there that think if they're getting weight loss on the scale, it's working.
right.
And you could be screwing yourself up by doing too much fasting, losing a bunch of muscle, not moving your body in ways that are making your body better and improving. And now you're just sedentary and you're eating a ton of fat and no protein or
you're
fasting
doing too much
and not
protein.
getting any nutrition at all, right? Or not getting any fat, right?
Yeah.
It's all in the same boat of listening to what somebody else says you should be doing and not understanding your own context and whether or not something is actually working for you.
Is actually working, yeah. And so this is a continuation. Like I said, I've been working on this for over a year. It's a continuation of my last book. My last book, the Ultimate Ketogenic Fitness book, was broken down. For any of you who have read it, if you haven't read it, shame on you. Go get it.
Start there.
It's on Amazon. Start there. It will be a primer for this book. So the Ultimate Ketogenic Fitness book, I break it down into 3 areas: mindset, fitness, and nutrition. And we talk about the specific things within the ketogenic diet about how that stuff all works, right?
The whys,
now,
the whys and the hows, right?
Right, the whys and hows.
Break that down.
The mindset piece is universal across everything. So you're going to see some of that stuff duplicated in this book coming out, but even broken down more and explained in a way that will help you actually implement some of the tools and practical things you can use to help improve your mindset around this whole process. The fitness and the nutrition piece in my Ultimate Ketogenic book, it's more focused on how does a ketogenic diet work and how does a ketogenic diet impact fitness.
Support you, yeah.
But in this next book, we come up a level, we raise up a level, and we kind of go into why those things are happening. What is it about good nutrition? What makes good fitness? And how do those things actually impact your life? So you can look at different fitness programs and say, what am I trying to do? How do I use the method in this book to determine if it works for me? So I want this book to be a guide for people to look at all the different options that they have and be able to, for themselves, make an evaluation and pick the thing that's going to have the highest percentage chance of success every single time. That's what this is.
It is literally taking everything we say all the time and putting it into a book that walks you through. How do I make decisions for myself?
Yeah.
Really?
Right. It's a critical, I should put that in there somewhere. It's a critical thinking guide for your health journey. That's
okay.
literally what it is.
When you forget that,
yeah, somebody remind me what that is, because that is literally, that
is a critical thinking guide for your health journey.
That is exactly what it is. Maybe I should change that.
Change the tagline?
For the subtitle.
Talk to your guy.
I got to talk to my guy.
Talk to your guy.
Because that's a lot. Wow. Okay. That has to go somewhere. Maybe even on like the inside cover somewhere. Like this, that's got to go somewhere. That's got to go somewhere.
That'll definitely be a part of the of the book somehow.
Oh my God, this
happens all the time. By the way,
all right, we're done. We can end this now.
I just mused again.
I have to go work on something. I'll be back. Wow. So that being said, I'll give you guys should we give them a quick primer?
Yeah.
So
a little sneaky
peek of the book. So the book's title, which the reason why I'm talking about this now, and I've been alluding to things happening, you guys know it's getting closer, all that kind of stuff, is just this week we had a big milestone. We got a final book cover. And I think it's awesome.
It is.
I think it's awesome. We got one round of covers that was sent.
All incredible.
They were all good. And we were like this one, that one, this one. Then we got some feedback. I sent it to, if you're in my private group, we sent it to the private group and said, hey, which one do you guys think? We got all their feedback, sent it back, got another round of pictures. We each had 2 of the second round that we liked. This one that we ended up was both of one of the options. Yep. Then when I sent it back to the group again and said, okay, guys, which of these, every single vote was for this one. So across the board, this is definitely the one that we're going to go with. If you're on my YouTube channel, I did a post with a partial picture of what it looks like. If you're on my Instagram or my Facebook page, it's all there. So the book's title is Body Confident, and while it is a critical thinking guide to your health journey, I love that so much.
You're totally.
That is what it is. The reason we need that and the reason behind what we're trying to do. This is the emotional, you guys, we talk about emotional connection. This is the emotional connection behind why you're on your journey. We want to be confident in what our bodies can do. We want to feel good about ourselves. We want to feel good about our lives. We want to feel good about the ability that we have to handle anything that life throws at us. That's what this book is about. This book is your guide to being as confident in yourself as you possibly can. So that's where the idea of body confident comes from. I want you to be confident in your body. And that goes far beyond being confident in how you look, because that's not confidence. Okay? Feeling like you look good may make you feel good about yourself, but there's no action behind that. Confidence,
Interesting.
yeah, we did dependent, right? The dependent concept that goes with confidence is you have to be confident to do something.
It's
right. It's propelling you. It's allowing you to take action. So there may be some confidence that you gain by feeling good about yourself, and you feel more confident in that environment, let's say. But just feeling good about yourself by itself, if it's not leading you to action, what's the point? Right? So that's the one thing to think about when you think about confidence. You can feel good about yourself. We want everyone to feel good about yourself, but we want you to feel good that you can do more. We want you to feel good that you can be independent. We want you to feel good that you can handle adversity and all those types of things. That's what it's about.
Big, big, big.
Big. Yes. We want you to have your own version of BDE. What that looks like for you. There's a subtitle, BDE for the average person.
Wow.
Right? I mean, that's really what we want. We want everyone to feel like they can take on the world all the time.
So you've been doing something.
Yes.
In preparation for the book launch, because it's not dropping until next year, right?
No, it's going to drop this year. I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting until next year. No.
You got a lot of the stuff done, so yeah. What else?
Once the cover was done, now they're doing the layout. So I don't even know like what size book. I'm assuming it's gonna be like a 6x9, about the same size as the other one. But I have no idea. Like, they got to do the graphics and lettering and put it all together and all that kind of stuff. But then, once we have that, it's just promotion. So I'll probably do at least 4 months, if not 6 months of promotion before we officially release, which means podcasts and interviews and YouTubes and all that other kind of stuff.
So you've been doing quite a few.
I've done a bunch. I've done
lately.
5 already this week. Yeah.
And tell them a little bit about what that's about, what the goal is with interviewing people as it relates to the book.
As it relates to the book, yeah. So the content that I'm putting out now, because of the book, I want the message of my social media, my YouTube, all that stuff to kind of match the message of the book, which is about body confidence. And there's 5 concepts in the book that we talk about. And the videos that I'm doing with people, I want to get other people's take on how they see these ideas, right? So the idea of individual, the solutions that you have should be based on you, right? So my solutions in my life for my journey is different than Coach Nat's.
Yep.
So talking to people and getting them on interview, like, what was your solution? How did you determine what was best for you? Or how are you determining what is best for you where you are right now? Because that will change. The second piece of it is what concepts, right? No, that's the third one. The second one is the holistic piece of it. So the individual, what's best for you. Then the second piece is, how do I look at the entire picture of what's for me? So yes, I want to increase my lean mass. Okay, great. If I look at my lifestyle and the things that I'm choosing, this is part of the process, right? The things that I'm choosing, I'm evaluating, I'm using my critical thinking to determine what I'm going to actually implement. How does it impact the entirety of my life? Right? So, okay, I want to build lean mass. Okay, I need to go to the gym, lift weights. I need to get more sleep. I need to increase my protein, all of these things, right? Well, how am I going to get to the gym if I work shift work? Right? That's something I have to consider. I'm not just going to wake up in the morning and say, hey, I need to go work out. Now I'm going to work out 5 days a week.
Okay.
If you haven't thought about how do you actually make that work in your holistic picture of your life.
One of the things that always is a factor in people quitting
too much
early is because you haven't thought through. You get excited, you join a program to follow a protocol, and you're all excited and motivated at the moment that you sign up. And then the minute it gets hard,
You're like, done.
why? Because you haven't thought about what obstacles are going to be in my way
Right.
when I actually start taking action on this thing and I try to implement it. And then how can I get ahead of that and make a plan so that I can overcome those obstacles? And this is exactly what he's talking
And
about.
that's one of the things. So in the book, there's also some other stuff at the end, which I hope everybody takes a look at, and some tools, a major tool
Basically
that
a
you can
roadmap.
use to start practicing the skills that we talk about in the book. One of the things I say in there, big letters, activity number 1, before you start anything in the practical part of the book, write down everything you think that's going to be a challenge. If you do not take the time before you try to make changes to identify where things are going to be hard, then you won't be prepared when things are hard. So that is a huge piece.
Yep.
Write down, I want to do this. Okay, what's going to get in the way of you doing that? Identify that now so that you can come up with a plan to get around it.
That is actually a question in my weekly check-ins with clients and in my group programs. What is coming up this week that will get in your way? And what is the plan of action?
Right.
Not just what could get in your way. Some people answer that
Exactly.
and they just say what'll get in their way.
Yeah.
And then I'm like,
That's
okay,
just being negative. Okay, great. What are you going
it's
to do
good
about
that
it?
you're aware of it, but let's make a plan, right? And I'm always getting on them about, okay, you set a great intention, but that's not a plan.
Right.
Intention is not a plan. Okay, I might have to, I have an evening event this week. So I need to, this is what I always hear in the check-in check. I need to do X, Y, Z. I need to eat before I go.
That's
Or I
the
need
same as
to
I'm going to.
move my workout to another time. Okay, what is the plan? What time are you moving that workout to? Or what are you eating before the event? Have you prepared that in advance? What is the plan? Not just here's the obstacle, but what is the plan?
This is what we talked about the other day while we were being lazy in bed. The words you use matter, guys. And thinking about your word choice in the way that you respond to the things that we ask you lets us
everything.
know if you're actually really
Going to do
wanting
it.
to make a change or going to make a change or not.
This is something
Just
I-
by the way you word your responses.
Something I said to a client the other day. When you say I need to, it's like responding maybe to an event invitation. You're not going.
Yeah.
If you say maybe, I'm not including you in the reservation. Because maybe means you're not showing up.
Yep.
Right? So I need to means I have no desire to.
Yes.
I have no intention to.
I have not made a decision.
I don't have a plan to. I'm telling you what I need to do. And usually it's the thing that they haven't done week after week after week.
Yep.
I didn't hit my macros this week. What's your plan of action? I need to hit my macros next week.
Yeah,
That's not a
That's
plan.
not a plan. Yeah. So those are the first two things. Individual, make sure you're looking at the whole picture. And then the third thing is the big one, and that is concepts, not principles, or concepts and principles, not rules and guidelines. Make sure that the things that you're doing, you understand why you're doing them. If you're doing something purely because somebody with a PhD or an MD behind their name
Or a really
said
big
to do
following
it, or a real big
on
following, if
social
you're doing
media.
it just because they say that's what you need to do, it's probably not going to work that well for you long term. It may work in the short term. It's probably not going to be work for you in the long term. So that is something just to keep in mind. The why. Understand everything you do. This is one we get all the time. Clients will ask us, hey, what about this? What about that? And our response is usually,
What do you
why?
think? Yeah.
Why do you want to do one
Why
or
are
the
you
other?
asking?
What are you trying to do? If you've made a decision to do something in your health and fitness, your quality of life improvement, and you can't explain why you're doing it and what the impact you want it to have on your life is, then you probably are wasting your time doing it.
And you're probably not going to stick to it.
And yeah, exactly. So
Because you can't answer that question. If you can't answer that question, then you're not even bought in. If you don't understand.
Right.
This is one where I push clients on supplements, right? Because I hear it all the time. What do you think about collagen? What do you think about peptides? What do you think about this? What do you think about that? Very open-ended.
Right.
Okay, I'm like, for what?
For what? Why do you
What
want
do
it? Why
I
are
think
you
about it for what?
Why are you even looking at it?
Why are you interested in this? What do you think it's going to do for you? Should I take XYZ?
Yep.
Oh, okay, what's your goal? Why do you want to take it? What are you hoping it will help you improve? If you can't answer those questions for yourself, you shouldn't be taking it.
Yep. Yep. So that's the third thing. Was that the third thing? Concepts and principles, not rules. And then the fourth thing is, what is the fourth thing?
Your roadmap at the end.
No. There's five concepts. Make everything sustainable.
That's like, literally, that's everything, because
Yeah.
if you can't keep doing this.
And there's a lot that goes into that, right? That ties into the second thing, which is look at the whole picture. So it's not just looking at everything in your life, but also making sure that the things that you're doing are working for you. And this is the key to sustainability that a lot of people don't understand. Sustainability is not how long can you do one thing. Sustainability is how long can you maintain progress regardless of what you're doing.
Ooh.
Because what you're doing to maintain progress is going to change. Right? So sustainability is about your progress, not about the thing that you're doing.
Okay,
People get that
give us an
flipped.
example.
Let's use you as an example, as a bodybuilder, as a professional bodybuilder. Your progress where you were 8 years ago, 5 years ago, is you've improved. You've gotten more muscle. You've improved your physique. You've been able to perform. You've been able to work through health issues and improve hormone stuff. Like, you've gone through that stuff. You haven't done the same thing throughout those 5 years.
No, it has had to change.
You've done carnivore, you've done low carb, you've done high fat, you've done high protein, you've done different supplementation things, you've done different types of workout. Like, a lot of the stuff has changed.
Yeah.
But your progress has sustained.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not about what you're doing, it's about where are you going. As long as you are continually getting better, then you are doing something that is sustainable.
I like that.
Right? So it's about your progress, not about the thing itself. It's never about the thing.
That's the thing, is the protocol. This is why you don't want to be married to protocol, right? You date protocol and then you marry concepts and principles. Because when something changes for you, you have to reevaluate the protocol and change things.
Yep.
Now, this also doesn't mean like you're throwing the baby out with the bathwater, right? I didn't say one day, okay, just screw everything low carb and I'm just going to go back to standard American diet because this isn't working for me anymore, right? It was always about, okay, what do I need to optimize? It's about optimization.
Well, this goes in, and that goes into the fifth concept.
There we go.
Which is measure and track.
If it's, what is it?
If you're not tracking, you're not trying.
I do love that.
Yeah,
what gets measured
gets
managed.
Gets managed, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't change it if you're not tracking it. All those things, right? If you don't know what's going on, you don't know what you need to change.
Yes.
So you need to track how you're doing. You need to track the things that you're inputting into your life. You need all of those things.
Oh my gosh, if I still tried to train like I did 4 years ago, 5 years ago, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. My whole immune system, my whole endocrine system would be crashed. I used to be able to sustain 5-6 days a week of training, cardio, all of that. Now, 4 days tops. Tops. Recovery changed. Because I needed that. I needed more recovery. You have to.
Yeah, you were working through a lot of health. You were working harder through a lot of health stuff than you should have been.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
And likely causing more
damage.
Health damage.
Which we see all the time as well.
Yep.
So those are the five concepts: individual, holistic, concepts, sustainable, and measure. Those are the five main concepts. And then, because this is a guide to critical thinking, obviously there's going to be layers in there, and we take fitness, nutrition, and mindset, kind of break those down into how they fit within all of those, and then just walk you through like a tree of, if this, then that, if this, then that, like put these things together and kind of figure out and understand. You should be able to explain why you're doing everything that you're doing. And that's what it's all about.
Why, when,
Why, when, and how, and what you expect out of it. That's the other thing. A lot of people do stuff and don't even know what they're like. What's the end goal? Where are you trying to go with this?
Right.
And how
That's
soon?
a big one, the expectations.
Right? Because they think, this is okay. I know exactly what I want, and my timeline is in 30 days. Guess what? What you're trying to do is an 8-month thing.
Yep.
It's a 9-month thing. It's a 12-month
true.
thing, right? That's what your expectation should be. And if you're not willing to, that could circular. It all goes back and forth, right? We talk about identifying challenges. The first challenge that most of you need to write down on your challenge list before you start this process is time. It's going to take longer than you want it to. It's going to take longer than you think it should. And that is going to be your biggest challenge. You are going to want to stop and try something new before you have seen the results of the work that you're putting in.
Yep.
That is your number one challenge.
Patience, grasshopper.
So that's something we've all got. I got to deal with that. She has to deal with that. Like we all deal with that.
Yep.
So 100%, that's the number one. I think that's at the top of the list.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah. It always takes longer than we think it should.
And when you get clear on the deliverables by using this book to understand, okay, what do I need to measure? Mm-hmm. How am I going to measure success? I just posted a really great Alex Hormozy video inside my Facebook group this morning because he was talking about the reward is in the work. Mm-hmm. So when you're focused the most successful people are not focused on the outcome. They're focused on who they're becoming while they do the work. Mm. And when you're focusing on, I'm only doing this work to get this result and I'm not seeing this result yet. So the work is worthless. Yep. And I'm wasting time doing the work.
I'm so glad you said that. I have a phrase in the book. I actually have a picture in the book where the caption says, I got to remember exactly what it says, but I don't remember exact wording, but the idea is it's a picture of a winding road up a mountain. And it says something like success is in a straight line because if it was, when you got there, you wouldn't be ready.
This is like...
That is exactly one of the things, right?
Look,
like you have to go through what you have to go through because you won't be ready when you get there if you don't go through it first.
That is so true.
Yeah.
I think about it a lot. Okay, what if I were to win the lottery and come into like all of this wealth?
Yep.
Would I know what to do with it? Would I be prepared? Do I understand how to invest? Do I understand where to put it?
Would just blow it on everything? I'd be more likely to blow it on.
He would have 5 motorcycles and
maybe 2. I might have just been talking about getting a motorcycle. Now, granted, I'm in a much better place now, and having you to kind of be like, hold on a second,
reel it in.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a concept. I used to be in the religious world. I used to also be in the fundraising world for a little while. I was in both, and I focused a lot on being a good steward. We talked about stewardship and being a good steward of what I have. And if I want more than what I have now, more health, more physical ability, better body composition, whatever it is that you're seeking, right? If I want that, am I being a good steward of what I have today? And if I get a little bit more, will I know what to do with that? Would I be a good steward of that? Yep. Am I prepared to be a good steward of having all the things that I say I want? And if the answer is no, then I need to work on cultivating that level of stewardship to be prepared to receive it.
Right.
And this is also in the woo-woo world of manifestation, right? If you are working on manifesting these things that you want in your life, you need to be prepared to receive it.
And we'll take that to another corollary that we talk about a lot, and that's identity. Manifestation, she talks about it, most people think of the woo-woo. When I talk about living the identity that you want to have, it's the same thing.
Same thing. Yep.
It's the exact same thing.
That we're talking about, going up that winding road,
right.
prepares you for...
Right. If you identify, this is the person that I want to be up here, these are the things that that person does every day. This is how they live their life. And you're down here and you're trying to reach that vision for yourself. If you start doing those things, then you will become that person. You will manifest that lifestyle, that person's life into your own. You will become that person.
Yep.
That's what manifestation is. Manifestation is taking the action to live the life of the vision that you have for yourself.
And it has a lot to do with, like you said the word identity. It has a lot to do with how you think.
Yep.
Because before you act, you must think.
Yep.
In the way that person thinks, so that you will take the action. And that's really what the woo-woo side of manifestation is all about. It's this putting yourself in the energy of
Yep.
the person that acts in a certain way.
Oh my
and
God.
then the actions don't feel so difficult and so hard. Right? It's not all this like, I'm suffering through it and I'm white knuckling through it so I can get the result. Well, you will not keep that result. If you're able to get that result, it will be very short-lived if you hate everything you're doing just to get the result.
Right.
Because you're not going to keep doing the things that got you that result and you will quickly lose it.
Yeah.
When you learn and when you focus on being the person, having the thoughts, having the identity, being in the energy of the person who just does those things without begrudging it.
Well, the begrudging and the discontent with having to do those things only happens
because of who
when
you
you're
are today.
still attached to who you are now. If you're trying to do things based on your current identity, it's going to be hard.
Yep.
If you don't change who you identify as, there's a whole can of worms. If you don't change the vision of who you want to become and start living that vision, then it's going to be hard. I was just thinking about the first time this concept was introduced to me. And I want to say it was Good Will Hunting. It might have been that movie. It might have been a different movie, but it was Robin Williams.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was Robin Williams. And he was talking to a shrink or a professor or somebody. He was in a one-on-one conversation, deep conversation about himself.
Okay.
And maybe it was him talking to someone else. I forget exactly. I think Robin Williams was in the scene. And he was trying to quit smoking.
Okay.
The person was trying to quit smoking. And the guy was calling him out. Like, you put stuff in your mouth. Like, you've always got, like, And he's like, why is it such a challenge? He's like, I'm trying to quit. And the guy said this. And this was the first time the idea of identity being so powerful was ever even introduced in my head. He said, the reason you're struggling with quitting smoking is because you haven't become a non-smoker.
Because you are a smoker.
You're identifying as a smoker. The minute you decide, I am not a smoker, and start living that life, then it's going to be easy.
Yep.
That is exactly, it was like, oh.
And the real key there
just
is when,
clicked from
when
there.
when you change the word non-smoker to something that doesn't even have the word smoke in
Right.
it. Right? Like,
Right.
that's another step I take with people is, okay, start with what you don't want.
Mm-hmm.
And then what is the inverse of that?
Yeah.
Find that opposite and find a word for it that doesn't include what you don't want. Because as long as we keep focusing on what we don't want,
It's still there.
it's still there.
Yeah.
That identity is still there.
Well, that's like you've seen there's multiple different studies with different sports, but skiers. I saw, this is a long time ago. I forget where I read this as well. I've read so many things in my head. Where as a skier, if you try to avoid the flags,
You go to the flag.
you go to the flag,
Yep.
right? You have to follow the path and focus on the path, and you'll stay on the path, and you can avoid. But if you think about, I'm going to not hit this, you are more likely to actually hit it.
Because the brain doesn't recognize not those parts, right? So avoid the flag. Don't think about the flag.
Guess what? You're thinking
Flag,
about the
flag, 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 flag. That's all your brain is hearing, right?
Yep.
So if you're like, I no longer want to smoke. I'm going to identify as a non-smoker. I need to stop smoking. I need to avoid smoking. Smoking.
It keeps it at the front of the
Yeah.
brain. Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. Well, and then we can get into the whole carb addict thing. And I hate that whole, I'm a carb addict, I'll always be a carb addict. bull crap. That's
Addict.
discussion. Right.
I'm an addict. That's all you're hearing. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So we could probably do a whole nother talk on that sometime. But I think we're at 45 minutes. Thank you, everybody, for hopping on. We're going to go to brunch. We're going to go to brunch. We're going to is this Thanksgiving brunch?
Thanksgiving?
I mean, Valentine's. Wow.
Wrong holiday.
Wow. Valentine's brunch.
Yes, it'll be
And then
Valentine's brunch and then birthday dinner.
Tonight, birthday dinner, or tomorrow, birthday dinner?
Tomorrow, birthday dinner.
Okay.
Or today's birthday brunch and tomorrow's Valentine's dinner, whatever.
However.
It's all the same.
It's all the same.
In our world.
See you
all
guys.
right, y'all.
When the book, I talked about the book. I forgot. You guys can go. If you're not already on my mailing list, I'm sure you already follow me because you're watching this. If you're on Coach Nat's Instagram and you don't follow me, what's wrong with you? Go follow me.
Go follow him, Coach Bronson.
YouTube, Coach.Bronson on YouTube, Coach.Bronson on Instagram. If you go to the website, bodyconfidentbook.com. Simple, right? There's a thing in there. You can sign up for the newsletter, get alerts about the book. There will be an opportunity down the road to get a pre-read and be on a special list if you're interested of looking at the book, getting a heads up, getting like electronic version, because I'm going to need you guys to get the book when it first comes out, get reviews on Amazon. I want to blast the reviews on there so that when it really goes live on Amazon, there's some good social proof that it's actually a pretty good read. So, cool.
Awesome. And for those on Bronson's YouTube, if you don't know where to find me,
they just find you on my YouTube.
Keto Bikini Secrets on YouTube, at the Keto Bikini Pro on Instagram. And you can come join my ladies, for ladies only, you can come join my Facebook group, Keto Bikini Secrets.
Yeah, and NatalieJGrasso.com.
NatalieJGrasso.com, yes.
Yes, which is a brand new, fancy looking website that got all optimized this week.
But
it got all optimized and you been working on it.
I got it optimized. It is speedy. So if you've ever clicked on my link for my website and had to wait for it to load, that is no longer a problem. And so tomorrow, when I launch all of the details about the prep for summer program, it will come up speedy and quickly and easily.
Thank you, Fiverr.
Yes.
Awesome. All right, guys, take it easy. We'll see you next week.
Happy V-Day weekend.